Yo, what it do, support crew? Welcome back to another episode of the Moral Support Podcast. Man, it's your guys, Duane and Des, with our man, DJ Moral. DJ Moral got a heavy heart today. Got a heavy heart.
Got some help lifting it up and everything.
Yeah, y'all see the gear. Y'all see it, man. We is back with another episode, man. Episode 15. First of the new year, 2025. Welcome, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Next episode, we're not going to get too much into it right now because there's some things I need to unfold. But we are going to give y'all a brief update on our lives, what's been going on, you know what I'm saying, what's new, what we're bringing into the new year. And, you know, like maybe even some goals and some aspirations that we have for this year. Personally, I'm not big on New Year's resolutions. Like, okay. I do have goals and stuff that I set personally. But, you know, I feel like once you put it in your brain, like, oh, this is my New Year's resolution, like, it's cool, like, it's strong for a couple weeks, and then it, like, starts to fade out. Like, last year, I ain't gonna lie, I made a New Year's resolution. I said, I'm gonna be in the gym every day. I don't care if it's just walking on a treadmill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On my light, on the days that I'm resting, you know? But, yeah, I got, like, 4 months into it, and I was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? That fell off. So I'm not into the resolution thing, but there are goals and stuff that that I'm setting.
That's a whole message right there, bro.
Yeah. How about you? How you got anything?
Yeah, nah, it's like likewise. For one, I always been big on like not setting resolutions. Probably like in the past 4 years, just letting God have His way. And I'm not saying like not to have an aim, not to have some type of goals, but like it more so be like less measurable by myself. Like, I don't know. I really can't describe it for real. It's different. I don't know. It's really just like, it's more intimate. And me and God kind of just be like, what are we doing this year? Because I don't know what season I'm in, but I know like, I don't know what chapter I'm in, but I know the author. So I'm like, let him write everything, bro. So like,
just let it unfold. Let him
write it. I mean, and that sounds dangerous sometimes because it sounds aimless, but I don't know. It's worked for me.
It's different though. Like, it's only aimless when you ain't got no faith. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, like when you got faith, whether it's in yourself, whether it's in God, whether it's whatever. Like, I feel like if you walking with faith, things will happen. Things will present itself. Things will you know what I'm saying?
And that's the best way to put it, bro. I'm walking on the right road, not knowing where I'm going, but I'm trusting and knowing that there's some destined place to be.
Absolutely.
So like, I don't know this destination as far as California, but I know this direction I'm going, it's going to lead to something prosperous.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's kind of like how I am. Like, especially like with the New Year's resolution stuff, like I let my spirit tell me what needs to be done, what I need to do, whether it's days, months before the New Year's. But I will say I am a big fan of New Year's because I like this symbolic meaning of
I like the reset.
It's like, okay, like you get a chance, like a refresh, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that moment where you could kind of, for me, I like to kind of reflect on the past year, what I've accomplished, what I've been through, whatever, and how I would like this next year how I would like to reflect on this upcoming year. Okay. So at the end of this year, I want to be able to say like, okay, this is how I felt about this one. You know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of where I go into like the goals and all that. You can kind of, like you said, that direction thing. I might not hit California, but at least I think I'm going to a better place, and I'm gonna be able to say that at the end of the year, like, okay.
Sometimes California ain't where we was meant to be. We're supposed to go past. We're supposed to go more west.
I heard there's this saying. It was like if you lost in the woods, like, and you're the type of person that panic and you just stay there, like you're not accomplishing nothing. But like if you were to go the wrong way and you find out it's the wrong way, at least it's the wrong way, so you know to go back that other way. Like, you feel me?
I like
so
that.
It's like that. So yeah, it is like that, and it's cool. But bro. So I kind of want to get into it. The topic I had in mind, it was just something that kind of popped in my head last night, as I had told you earlier. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna give an example. So for me, for example, when I was younger, and even up until like a couple years ago, like, you know what I'm saying? I turned 27 this year, but like I wanted to do everything with my people, like my folks, my friends, like, and there was a moment in high school, he's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. And, I'm gonna just say it. So I'm a big football fan. I love football. You know what I'm saying? I love everything about it. I ended up playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? And that was my sport. That was my thing. You feel me? But my senior year, I wanted to play football, but my friend who I also wanted to play football with, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say his name, Khalil. It's Khalil. We was on the bus. You feel me? It's the last day of sign up. Say like, yo, if you want to play, go here today. Whoop de whoop. So we on the bus. I'm like, bro, like, we about to leave school? You know, we walking out to the bus. We kind of debating like, yo, should we go? Should we go? Should we go? I wanted to go for real, but he made that decision that he didn't want to do it. So I'm like, no, I won't do it. That's the only regret I got in life, bro. Not playing football our senior year.
I hear you.
You feel me? And it was because I wanted me and my friends to be on that same accord. And I feel like me allowing that to happen made me regret something. You know what I'm saying? So on this topic was getting into learning how to be okay with like doing things alone, doing things like kind of forging your own path, kind of, just doing your own thing, like staying in your own lane. Like that is very big to me because I see people that are 40 plus, you feel me? That kind of like had this whole life of trying to do everything with everybody and not finding their own way, not finding their own strengths. Now, as a parent, I'm not a parent yet, but eventually we'll get there. I think it is a parent's duty to kind of find your child's strength and what they kind of naturally gravitate towards, right? So I think if your parents don't do that, it's now your responsibility. Yeah. As you get older, you got to figure it out for yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because what works for you might not work for me. Honestly, what makes you happy is not going to make me happy. So you have to find out what makes you happy, what you want to do with your life. And it could be completely different from the people around you, from your friends, from your family, whatever. And that's okay. And a lot of people naturally are going to fight against that because they don't want to do it. But because they don't want to do it, don't mean you shouldn't do it.
Absolutely
you know what I'm saying? You go do what makes you happy. You do what you want to do. But yeah, so that example from my life from high school was big for me. And I look back on that constantly, you know what I'm saying? Because it is the only regret that I have in my life. But it's also a lesson to kind of show me that I can't listen to everybody. I can't wait for everybody else to want to do something for me to do it. If I want to do something, or if you want to do something, just go do it. And it's okay. Like, that's life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what is kind of propelling this conversation today. But yeah, like, I get it. You want your people there. You want, because it's fun. It's exciting. You know what I'm saying? When y'all both on that same journey, or when a group of y'all is doing the same thing, and it can work out. It really can. But not everybody's going to want to do that. I have people that want to do photography, that want to do all this stuff. I don't want to do it, and I don't want them waiting on me to want to do it for them to do it. You know what I'm saying? So you go do your own thing, and I think that's kind of important. And that kind of goes in all aspects of life. Like, if you want to be a barber, go be a barber. If you want to go clean places, like clean people's houses, you want to be like a I hate to say the word maid, but if you want to be in that field, that cleaning space, then you go do that. And that's okay. That's your lane. That's for you to grow. If you want to be a rapper, if you want to be a music artist, if you want to do this,
no limits, bro. Whatever your heart and mind desires, bro. Yeah. Like, if obviously I always said, though, as long as it's just in pure spirit or whatever, like, go do it, bros. Like,
just do it.
If it's in your heart to do it, God probably placed it there. If it's in alignment with anything, His purpose for your life, it might be a vehicle. It might just be something that you do through passing, a hobby, whatever the case may be. Give it a try, bro. I'm heavy on, like, try anything that you want to try, bro, with no expectations. Like, sometimes I like to try things in the expectation to fail, and I already embrace the failure and like kind of rejoice the failure just because, like, well, I tried it, though. At least I know.
At least you did it, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's think, like, what's the worst that can happen is me failing, and then beyond that, what worse can happen? Me trying again and failing again, like, or just not doing it, but I tried. Like ice skating recently.
And
like,
bro, and another point that I kind of want to make about that, like, let's say ice skating, for example, because we had both went recently for the first time in our lives, and I loved it personally. It was super fun to me.
Same.
Now, I'm also ice skating around all these people that I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, kind of just whatever. So I'm being careful. I'm not trying to fall. I'm not trying to make a fool out of myself. But have I been by myself? Let's say I do that over the course of 30 days, being around a whole bunch of people trying to ice skate, trying to learn how to be great at it, whatever, versus me doing it alone. My progress doing it alone will be a lot farther than trying to do it around other people, because at this point, I'm not afraid to fall. I'm not afraid to mess up. I'm not afraid to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in that 30-day period of doing it alone, I would be much farther in my progress of learning how to ice skate. You know what I'm saying? If I was doing it alone. And I think, good.
Right.
Oh, and I just think that's kind of like big. And I think a lot of people, but you know, another big one that I see is like traveling. A lot of people want to wait to travel because they want somebody to travel with. And then
rightfully so.
A lot of people, like I get it, but like if you want to see Japan and you waiting on me to get my funding right, to get my timing right, to get my life together to go, we may never go. So you may never get that experience because you've been waiting on me to go. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think like stuff like that, you have to kind of be willing to just do alone, and you have to figure out yourself. Like I think it's just a super like unfulfilling feeling of kind of like living. Like kind of being a follower and kind of like living somebody else's dream a little bit. Like instead of just following what you want to do, you're trying to like appease the people around you and what they're trying to do. Like they might be trying to go this route, but you don't really want to do it. But to keep that kind of together, you'll just go their way. Yeah. And then I think it's kind of like it makes you kind of feel unfulfilled because you didn't do what you really wanted to do.
It's going to attack your self-esteem and your confidence level. Like when you don't do what you want to do, even going back to resolutions, like for one, starting with your internal, man, I'm heavy on that first. When you set resolutions for yourself and you set these goals for yourself, no matter what external thing happens in life, you're still responsible. So you still got to answer and look in the mirror to you at the end of the day. That's why it's they say like it's almost better to set simplistic goals than such, mass goals that are maybe so not realistic, but like going to the gym every day, like you said, like I want every day. It's like, I'm going to fail, and at that point, I'm going to look at myself and say, I ain't go. And it's like, I might not take it too hard to myself, but it's like, dang, I set myself up for something I could have done, but super, super unlikely because life happens, and I'm not going to prioritize the gym in the midst of a storm or anything else going on. So it's like, that was maybe a setup for myself off rip. So I'm saying that to say, like, having that confidence within yourself and that honesty within yourself to even determine and to have discernment to what is actually like within your capacity to do, understanding like, do you want to do it? Like you said, like as far as other people, I'm heavy on. I mean, I lived in seasons of isolation, so that's really nothing, bro. I love that topic, literally, bro, because it's like,
me, you both.
Yeah, I mean, like it's nothing, bro. Like I love people, like going back to ice skating too. Like I love the idea, like you said, you might have been better alone. In my perspective, I got better because I embraced the people that was around me, and actually some teenagers taught me how to ice skate, bro, because they was able to give me guidance that I didn't even know was available. And literally I would just embrace it to them. I was embracing through the whole experience though, like from falling to, I didn't fall, but I was embracing to falling. Like if it had it happen, cool, I already accepted it. I told myself I'm going to fall. Like, you know what I mean? I told myself that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean? But I went out there, but there's been seasons in my life where I've thought about what other people cared or how other people looked at it and didn't even give it a try because dang, they might feel this way. And it's more so subconscious with me. I ain't really been a man in the arena, bro. Yeah, real rap though. But it's like, for me, like, and that's the gift and the curse and the pros and the cons in it, because having people around is, increasingly helpful sometimes, but we talk about it all the time. Nothing external can be the end all be all and deciding factor of your decisions. Yeah, they can influence, they can provide help, assist, all these things that they can provide as an addition.
And you can consider it, like you can consider everything.
I'm about to say, you ain't even got to take it in. You put it on the table and say, okay, and maybe, you chew up the meat, spit out the bones, whatever the case may be. But what do you want to do, Duane? Do you want to go to?
That's what it all boils down to. Like, what do you want to do? Like, all because, and now, like you said, chew up the meat, spit out the bones. You know what I'm saying? Take what's beneficial for you. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Use it, apply it. But you don't have to, use it. Like, it's just a consideration thing. Like, okay, you know what? Maybe I will try this. My way, the way I thought I wanted it to work, it didn't work. So I'll try it this way. And then you apply these things to your life. But, that's big. I mean, because you do need, like, ice skating, for example. Like, them people helped you a lot, kind of, like, learn and kind of, like, take a knowing of what can happen, what you shouldn't do, whatever. And that's big, bro. And that's big. And you take them things into consideration. But like you say, it's not end all be all with other people.
Because if they wasn't there, I would have learned it on my own. I probably just learned it. So maybe I would have failed a couple of times. I would have did some things wrong for 30 days until someone told me.
What was like your well, I'm gonna tell you mine, but like what kept you going though? Like what helped you kind of the most as you're like actually like what actions did you do that kept you from falling and kind of keeping up for real?
Not resisting the skates, like you said, bro. Literally, like that was my biggest thing going in there. For
me, was just to keep going, like not trying to really stop on a dime. And I didn't try to stop at all.
I stood still, but I didn't try to stop.
See, now I just kept going because I feel like the more I went, the more I like chucked my feet, the more stable I was.
That's what I was going to get the routine of it all. But like when I actually wanted to stay still, I just let the momentum just coast down.
See, when I started letting the momentum coast down, I feel like that's where I was more liable to fall. So like I was like, let me just keep going. You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, I'll slow down and then grab something. I'm not just gonna ram into the wall or nothing. But like I would, slow down. But that when I was slowing down, getting ready to stop, that's where I felt my most vulnerable. With it, so I just kept going. But it was cool though because I had a good dance partner with me, so I was able to like, kind of. And that's
the beauty in it, like you said, like because we're talking about the, the isolation and doing things in solitary and such as. But it's like there is so much to embrace about people being there for you as support. Like because again, either me going there that day because we took some other kids there that day, so I was going as more so like. I'm exposing them to something new that I haven't been exposed to either. But it's like, well, if I'm exposing out to something new, and this is new for me too, we all going on this embracingly. Like we all about to embrace it.
We all gonna learn.
Whatever happens, we gonna go through this together. And it's like I learned throughout the year, especially at this age, bro. Like I'm not. There's nothing that I really won't do that I want to do. Based off of a fear of anything external, bro. Like if I want to do it, I mean, like, bro, I'm not letting no outside voices.
Even though you scared or like whatever,
I embrace it, bro. You wanted, I could probably voice it and say like, I'm a little nervous, but like, you won't even see it in me no more because I embrace the nervousness. Like I embrace it
because it's coming. Like cool I think once you expect it, like you said, at this age, you kind of. I mean, we don't already kind of like been through things that just naturally it's going to make you nervous. You're nervous, whatever. It don't matter.
Oh,
like,
speaking this, like this used to be something that made me super nervous.
I mean, even
bro.
Like, for real. I mean, like talking to people, like, bro, I told you, I ain't even want to be on live because I ain't like that. You
that part too. Like this is part of it right now. Like just breaking this barrier. I don't like it either, but I know it's something that it's something growing us. So that's why I just that's why I didn't say no. I didn't say nothing to her, like just throw it up. It's like it's necessary and it's helping us cultivate. But it's like. That part too, that's a whole different segment.
It's funny though. Ain't it funny? Like, cause now it's like more natural. Now it's like whatever. But before, I ain't gonna lie. When I seen you putting the phone up, like, bro, chill, bro. Like, I'm not. I'm cool, bro. Like, you feel me? We'll shoot next week or something. But yeah, no. So back to just kind of like learning how to take things on a chin by yourself. Like, everybody is subject to their own feelings. Subject to the things that they want to do in life. So, don't wait for people to do what you want to do. Like, is my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't wait for people to be like, yeah, go do it, or I'm coming with you. Don't wait for that. Just go do what you want to do. Learn how you learn, and then if they come around and they want to do it too, cool. But this is about like your life.
That's leadership.
It sounds selfish in a sense, but like it's literally about you growing. Like. Your growth, and then you passing that on and leading by example.
So is it selfish then at that point?
It's not really selfish.
It benefits other people.
Man, look, that's another.
I
feel you, bro, but I'm just saying because there was times financially, let's say, I've been called selfish because I wasn't trying to lend out money. But I'm like, well, if my finances ain't growing, I can't help you the way you really need help. So like, you take it from me, like I'm trying to grow this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But when I'll be like, no, I can't do it over something small, whatever, $50, whatever. So I've been called selfish for that. And I'm like, well, no, it's not really selfish because this is really getting invested back into you, but you're not allowing me to make that investment really because you are taking away from that.
I can't even let nothing compound because you taking it before it grow mold on it.
Exactly.
Like, it ain't grow no interest and you already snatching it out the bank.
Exactly. So people look at that type of stuff as selfish, even though it's not selfish, they just don't see the bigger picture within it all. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't blame them because they haven't been exposed to it, but I'm trying to.
That's probably why you coming to me for $50 though. Because you ain't do that with your own finances. I know that's a little soft spot for people, but that's the reality. Like anybody who consistently borrow, that's something like people like to project in that instance because obviously I got a need and you ain't meeting it, so I'm gonna project how I feel onto you.
No, people it's different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's a learning process, and it's a growing process. It's
That's
a growing
hurtful
process
one,
I
bro.
know, bro. I know. It's a growing process for everybody involved. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think for me, even with our journey, as close as we are, we still have our own path. And we learn that, you know what I'm saying? And again, like, I ain't gonna lie, at the beginning of us kind of becoming a little bit more wise and aware of certain things, like, there's a lot that we wanted to do together, but naturally we just, and I'm not saying it wasn't possible, but for you and somebody else or whoever, but like church stuff, for example, I'm not big into the church. That's your lane, you know what I'm saying? It's not my lane. I'm not saying it can't be mine, but I'm just saying that's just not naturally kind of how we went, you know what I'm saying? So we still forged on our own path, but it's, you know, the end goal is the same you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but that's why I don't feel much pressure, because I'm not doing anything outside of what I feel isn't like good for me, like, I guess, in a sense, or been like, you know, I don't know, it's
just what you desire, bro.
like,
it ain't gotta be like, it could be
different.
something good for you, but if you just don't, that's why I never been big. Like, I love that about us, bro. Like, most people get animosity and resentment or whatever else because
there's something else I gotta talk to you about too, bro. After the pod, it gotta be off the pod.
My right hand, bro. Like, when you got your right hand and they don't do everything you do, people look at it like, dang, he ain't supporting. It's like, no, bro. From one, you gotta be perspectual about how people support you. You don't know how people support you,
especially when it's like real, like, love. Like, there's real.
Yeah, I mean,
bro. There was this moments in my life, you know, with obviously with you and stuff, and I'm like, okay, like, he's learning. I'm not gonna involve myself with absolutely everything that he do, because he has to learn that. And honestly, it's not my space, so I'm not really helping him. Anywho, you know what I'm saying? Right. But if he needed to talk, he needed to vent, we will. Yeah. But anyway, there was times where I'm like, okay, and not even on a jealous tip, you feel me, or nothing like that. But it's like, okay, I don't know what these people are willing to sacrifice for Desmond. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to I feel, even though I might not be in that whatever with you at that moment, if I'm not there with you at that moment, you feel me, I'm still willing to lay down everything to make sure you good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this person's feeling the same way, even though they might be thinking they are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I just feel like when the love is actually genuine, when your intentions are genuine with anybody, you kind of just naturally, again, align with them. You know what I'm saying? When that love is really there, like when it's like I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Like, received, I guess, on both parties. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like just natural. Like, you don't have to force anything. It don't have to feel like weird or anything like that. You know
but we was exposed to that. I feel like what made us, and I say it all the time, that the thing that brought us closer was us being apart. When you was in Cali, bro, when we was at our distant, that's when we was at our closest. So, like, that showed us in the thick of anything, like, bro can be living his own life. We all got our completely different, bro. You're in a different state. We doing different things. You bro, experimenting, doing things, bro. We're just living two different whole lives, bro. And like, nothing about that made us like, well, let me come over to Cali, or let me come back home with you. Or like, nothing about that. And whatever we did, like when I came to visit you, it wasn't because it was exposure and to come see my guy, whatever. But I ain't want to live your life. When you came back, it wasn't about, oh, no, let me go back and live, bro. Because people do that. People really like follow their right hands along life, because, and I'm not saying no shame. I'm saying this to be perspective. But they're like, wherever he go, I'm going. And some people have that type of alignment with their lives where that maybe it works out, but sometimes I see people just chase people's shadows, bro. You live in people's shadows so much.
I had a conversation with my brother, my oldest brother James, and he was like that with my oldest sister, Cece, and ultimately he was chasing her, you know what I'm saying, because that's his older sister, and he wanted to be around her. He wanted, but at that time she wasn't making the best decisions. I mean, he wasn't making the best decisions. He ran away from home just to follow her, chase her, and then ultimately ended up burning him. You know what I'm saying, in the end, because certain things happened, and you know that threw their relationship off because he was chasing her shadow, trying to follow her, trying to follow his big sister around, which I mean, I don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? He's a kid or whatever, and I don't blame people who do that. But I'm here to tell you right now that that's more times than not, it's not going to end well, really. You know what I'm saying? For you personally, or just the relationship in the whole, because you haven't figured yourself out.
That
you don't know
part.
your lane. You don't know what you're doing. They might have it figured out for themselves, but you can't kind of like just assume and honestly expect somebody to figure it out for you. And I think that's kind of, I mean, there's multiple occasions in my life where I felt like I assumed.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I assume we're doing this. I assume we're going to put our money together and do this. I assume that we're going to do this. And it did not work that way because that wasn't necessarily their priority or it maybe as big of an interest in their eyes as it was mine.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to say I was ever really heartbroken about it or anything like that, but it was just like, oh, okay. So you just did that, with your money. And that's cool. I can't be mad at you for doing that. It's my fault for assuming that you was where I was at without much communication there about it. You know what I'm saying? And
that's knowing self, bro. That's knowing thyself and being content in who you are, bro. Because again, bro, we're like, bro, the way we are close, bro, you would expect every journey we do to be taken on together. Like, you would expect Easy Hard to be us. You would expect Think King to be us. You would expect anything, any adventure that we got going on, like, oh, bro, minister, like, we're probably both ministers now. Like, you would expect that
it's
because
funny. Cause bro, people like, it's like when they see me, they see you and vice versa.
Yeah,
you know
where
what I'm
Duane?
saying? Yeah, where Des at, man? Like, what he on? Bro, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? He probably out doing this. He probably, with wifey or something. I don't know. But like, it's it's crazy how it works, bro. But I mean, now I'm not saying that's not how it is. Like, you can definitely, if he's somewhere, I'm probably not too far away. Like, as far as the phone call or like if he need me, whatever, and vice versa. But
we not shadows, bro.
We not shadowing each other like every step of the way. We do the podcast together. I ain't gonna lie. Most of the time, this is the only time we really see each other in person. Like recently, like I mean, obviously, hopefully that can change. But we both busy men too, trying to forge our own path and trying to do and we understand that. Obviously, there's other things that we would like to do together, maybe vacation and stuff like that. But
and that's what it's going to be, though, is joint ventures. Like,
but that's why it's important for us to kind of find our own and build our own foundations for ourselves and our families first, and then eventually we are going to get there. Like, but it'd be butt backwards with people. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? They do all this stuff, and I'm not saying it's wrong. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. But people do that. Yeah, you see that at an early age, that they're shadowing each other, whatever, and then eventually they end up kind of like splitting apart,
so
and then
not talking. Break apart. You break up the band, and it's like, bro, what happened to them? They was It's like they stopped playing the same drum. They stopped playing the same one band, one sound. They played two different musical instruments now, and it's like, well, you should be able to play a musical instrument that's different from mine, and we still be in the same band, bro. Like, you know what I mean, like, you. But
that's why the foundation is important.
It is. What I'm saying? It's super important of yourself.
So you had said something earlier in the pod about being honest with yourself, kind of like, all these things, honesty, discipline, I guess exposure, all that stuff is like building a foundation for yourself. And those are things you have to do alone. Again, we talked about the cave mentality that them boys talked about. We all are trying to get out our own, like we're navigating through life, trying to find whatever it is we desire at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? The light. Yeah, we all trying to find the light or do whatever, whatever, money, whatever. We all got this cave that we are going through, right? Just if you could visualize it, he got his own cave, I got my own cave. The goal is, man, we got to go through it. You have to. There is no way around it. There's no way under it, over it, nothing. You have to go through the cave. Inside his cave is going to be a bunch of different obstacles, a bunch of different issues and tribulations that he trials and tribulations that he's going to have to go through in his cave. I have my own set of issues and stuff that I have to get through also. But the only way is forward. So you have to get through it. You have to do it alone. And then at the end, we go see each other and then we go, I
can still hear you through the midst of it. Like, I can hear your echo.
I can't walk you through your cave and vice versa. He can't tell me how to get through my cave because it's completely different from his. You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of the point is like, if you ever, and honestly, whenever I start kind of doing my own thing and branching out to really find myself and being alone and all that stuff, it's kind of where I started gaining even more confidence. When I started gaining even more, like, just an understanding of life and who I am as a person, I got more in touch with my emotions, my feelings, my mind, like, you feel me? Like, all this stuff started to come to me as I was doing it alone rather than just, oh yeah, you're right, bro. You told me I feel this way because of that. You're right. But that's not it. Like, it probably wasn't it. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there wasn't times that it never worked out like that. You probably, you know, helped me out with stuff like that. And whoever, you know, is in my life. But at the end of the day, you have to figure it out on your own. And you have to build that foundation on your own. That's for you to build. That foundation of your life is for you to build.
And to be perspectual, and I don't know if this is deep enough for some people, but it's bigger than you.
Literally,
it is bigger than you. Like, it sounds selfish, but like you said, what you do for you benefits others, bro. And when you really take that in your subconscious, not just your conscious, like really just thinking, like, because it sounds, when you think about it, and honestly will make you less inclined to do some things sometimes. But when you honestly think, dang, the way I eat, the way I work out, the way I spend my money, the way I talk to people, this is all bigger than me. This affects my kids. This affects the community. This affects just a plethora of people, a plethora of different variables. Me, compassion, and me, discernment, and me. Oh man, I gotta do better. I gotta do better now, because like somebody else is reaping what I'm sowing, bro. So I gotta sow better seeds, bro, because this ain't that. And to turn it up a notch, bro, because I want to make this practical as possible. And this is for me and you, bro, hitting close to home. This is the power of leveraging experiences in your life, whether you call them traumatic experiences, hardships, whatever, your childhood, definitely, just whatever that looked like for you. This is the power, bro, because us two, bro, where we came from, if we follow the shadows of everything that we was modeled, bro, we would be in the dark. We would be in the dark, bro, without a doubt. There would be no light. But we were so perspectual and wasn't victims, and we actually saw the tools that we had, all the bricks thrown at us in life, all the stones thrown at us in life, and we began to build with those things because we seen, oh, these weren't, maybe they were sent, they were thrown to destroy us, but bro, this is material for real. This is building material. So my parents, the way they modeled a certain life for me, bro, that was like kind of fuel to the fire to say how I don't want to live. You know what I mean? Like, maybe how this person lived, it was like, I don't agree with that, so I want to go a different way. And that's not everybody's choice, not everybody's decision that they make. I
was gonna say that's a good point. But I think for me, the biggest thing was I didn't blame anybody for the cards that they were dealt and how they played their hand. You feel me? Like, the way they played their hand is
their hand.
It's their hand. You know what I'm saying? It's not my hand. I got my own deck. You feel me? And I think
learned that early though,
super early. And I never, like, me personally in my life, I'm not gonna say there wasn't no resentment. Early on, there definitely was resentment for people. Yeah, for people in my life. But as I got older, you know, I got more mature. I started to understand that they got dealt dang near a worse hand than I did,
and they made decisions.
You know what I'm saying? And do I blame them for any good or bad decisions? No. That's how they saw fit for their life, and you know, it is what it is.
It's my turn to make better decisions, or different decisions, if you will.
I gotta play my hand better. Yes, that's all it is. I just gotta play my hand better.
And you gotta like make peace with that and not being in a comparison, because that whole, you know, even with my boys post that went viral, man, he said, I don't think I'm better than nobody, I just know I'm different. But it's like,
but it's true.
That sounds so, people take that as defensive and offensive, because like people get defensive because they take that offensive, because like it sounds like a comparison thing, but it's not, bro. Like, to say to do better is not a comparison of me weighing up my life and your life. For example, if he dribbles the ball 5 days a week and I dribble the ball 2 days a week, and efforts to practice to become a better dribbler, he's obviously going to be the better dribbler based off of the skill that he's cultivating, based off of the performance that he's cultivating. Now, that might sound like a comparison in the sense of what he's doing and what he's not doing, or what he's doing and what he's doing less of, or whatever the case may be. But it's just what I see when I look at that. I see quality. I see quality, bro. I see straightforward quality. This is what he invested. This is what he got.
This is return.
This is his return. There's not a comparison in that, in the sense of like putting somebody down and putting somebody up. It's the same playing field. It's all flat, bro. You just got what you got, bro. I can't even say how I want to say it right now.
Okay, well, let me say this, and this might help what you're trying to say. But like, let's say we're dealt like There just can't be
Go back
any
to the
excuses.
cards.
So like, okay, so all because you got a bad hand don't mean you still can't win the game, in my opinion. Like,
if we playing poker, absolutely, you're right.
Even let's okay, for the folks who like blackjack, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you know, the highest of 21 without going over wins the game, and you're playing the dealer. You get a bad 2 cards, you know what I'm saying? And it don't look good. That don't mean you're going to lose, you know what I'm saying? Now, how you play can 100% determine the outcome of the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say unfortunately, there are people, there are certain situations that are unavoidable for some people. Like,
what's that mean, bro? Like that down.
I mean, like, extreme, though, bro. Like, I mean, when you're doomed from the start. Dang,
what do that mean? Give me I'm sorry. I got it.
I hate to say it like that because I don't want to make it like sad, but like people in other countries getting bombed. Okay. They villages getting raided. Okay. They 4 years old, 5 years old. They can't control none of that. They can't control how what's about to, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of, those are the hands that you just kind of like, you feel me? Or orphans, stuff like that. They can't, but with the orphans or even, so, and I'm talking extreme, like life or death extreme.
Yeah.
But I will say that orphans have a terrible hand. Horrible. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
that don't mean that they can't be successful, well-rounded human beings.
I like that.
Because they grew up this way.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? And this is without my personal experiences aside. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to keep talking about that. But other people's that have it, in my opinion, even worse than me. Kids in Africa who they villages get pillaged. You know what I'm saying? They don't have nobody, no family. They starving, bro. You see it all the time. And not all of Africa, but just certain parts. Obviously, Africa's a very beautiful country or continent. But there are people out there who make more things happen with less.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
They're very resourceful, and you just kind of have to understand that all because you have a bad hand don't mean you lost. You know what I'm saying? You just have to see it through. You know what I'm saying? And until the bitter end. That's how I feel. Like,
no, I like that.
No matter you 70 years old and you poor, you this and that, I ain't gonna lie, you still got time to make things shake. You got, you can still make an impact. You can still make there's like a list of like celebrities who got extremely successful late in
most of them,
you know what I'm saying? I can't even say late, like 50 years old, 60 years old, 70
later
years old.
Than we think that. We're supposed to say it. Like you said, like 40 plus I think is the average succession of most celebrities.
Yeah,
bro.
like it's crazy, bro, because they don't it don't happen. Like they probably got dealt a bad hand. You know what I'm saying? They probably, and we all have though. Most of us, like 95% of us, like get dealt not so great hands, you know what I'm saying? Especially in our communities once again. I like talking about our communities in particular because this is where you see most of the stuff at.
And we here.
So if you relate, you relate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just, I don't know, man. But again, along with that, it takes a lot of self-reflection, being aware of who you are, learning who you are by doing things alone, by like going through things alone, not looking for outside validation or affirmations or anything like that, because that's not really going to fill your cup like the way it might feel like that in that moment, but it's not really
so this is what keeps me so whole and all that, bro. So for one, I think it's a beautiful thing to learn, and this takes like a lot of healing and maturity, but to learn the quality of your hand but still embrace the possibility of the hand. So to say I ain't got a bad hand, but to still know that I can win, that
or you can lose.
Yeah, but I'm saying embracing that like either is possible. You know what I mean? Yeah. But embracing like having a confidence that you will win still. Yeah. Like because with me and my faith, bro, for one, God's the one dealing me the hand, bro. So he don't want me to lose. He don't want me to, and just because I got bad cards don't mean that he's trying to set me up to lose, bro. Yeah. He want to see, for one, he want his glory for him to show me that even with that bad hand, quote unquote bad hand, he could make something shake up out of it, bro. And that's where your faith increases and grows so much when you've been through stuff where you've seen like, bro, again, we see so many succession stories, bro, where resiliency is crazy. Like, bro, like you said, there's people who had less but done so much more. And that's usually the pecking order, because the resiliency grew them in some unmeasurable way. And it's like, I love that, bro. I love the testimonies of that. I love to hear it. I love to see it. I love to be in the midst of it, because I know I'm one of them, bro. I understand that wholeheartedly, whether it's expressed or not. And I live my life like that. So I guess I keep a poker face on in all instances, but I'm still in a awareness of this is a bad hand. Like, I know boys used to always tell me, like, bro, it's okay to admit that something's da-da-da. It's like, bro, I can't admit something is wrong. I refrain from admitting worry and stuff like that and concern, not because I am in denial, because I admit that stuff in my, going back to isolation too. In my own spirit, I could be like, yeah, that's wild. That's this is that. The doubt could be there. I can understand it and I embrace it and I trump it with my faith. But when I express that to somebody else, and they then get to compound their doubts onto what my doubt started as and already has been trumped as faith, that's where I have a reservation and being conservative of expressing things, because
it makes it worse.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're trying to trump my faith that I already trying to use for like example, bro. I've been in a little experience before recently in the past year, got in some little turmoil or whatever. Told this person about it. They're like, "Oh, dang, you had a terrible night." I said, "I ain't never say that." I just told you what happened. I didn't say, but now you went and started speaking this all these things into my the experience I had.
A lot of people would be like, you know what? I did have a terrible night. That was terrible. That was horrible.
Look, like, I said it could have been, but I went home. Because you're telling me I had a terrible night based off of something that was a hard night. It was whatever you identified to be, but it could have been so much more. But I'm living right here to tell you that this happened. Oh, what? No, I'm good.
And you could change it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, anything that could have happened, didn't happen, anything that's about to happen in the future, I'm faithful about. So like, beyond that, bro, I'm in my faith. So like, that makes me like just not even want to tell people some things and just be in my own spirit about it's good. Like, I'm not undeniable when I say everything's good. When I say everything's everything, it's not me saying like, or I'll say everything, because everything is everything, bro. Even when it don't appear to be.
I just like saying it's cool. I be like, it's cool. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool. Like,
but I'm not in denial when I say that, bro. Like, I mean, like, I can tell you everything that's going on in my life. Like, I'll tell you, like, things are uneasy, unstable, this and that. But everything's everything, bro. Because everything is still being written. It's being sorted out, bro. The puzzle's still being built. It's
not over.
I'm not counting out, bro. This is a 10,000 piece puzzle right here, and I only got 10 pieces on the board, and I'm supposed to be intimidated. I'm supposed to be deterred by so much more pieces that's supposed to come together. No, we'll see the picture when we see it.
You know, I don't know if you're a fan of him or not, or really paid too much attention to him, but you know Theo Vaughn by any chance? He's like this comedian dude. He's like a comedian, like a podcaster. Wow, dude, he's funny, but but recently he kind of got into like the more serious side of things, and he was saying something. He said, people who had like a rough past or had that bad hand that we talking about, he's saying it's better than like having a good hand, because you get that experience, you get that fight, you get that, you know, you get them experiences that the people who have them good hands, they don't know that struggle. They don't know how to they don't know how to, like, so he said you get that story, you kind of get, you know, and that sits well with me, because I'm a big believer in that. Like, them experiences, like bad experiences, like they only toughen you up for real, and they only make you like more aware. You know what I'm saying? They make you more understanding of life.
You don't lose, you learn.
You get that perspective. Like, you start to gain perspective from them experiences. And he's like, you get that. You get to have that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Which some people who have the best hand ever, trust fund babies or whatever, they don't quite understand. And me personally, I'd rather be that person that really understand life compared to the person who really don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that their life is just different than mine. I'm not saying they don't understand life but I love the way I see it.
Yeah, I'm about to say the way they find out, the way they end up going to go find out is so much parallel to how we find out. Like, yeah, I mean, like it's whole in opposition because I guess just to be like examples, like them people end up going through like a hard drug spree or something. They have to follow like rock bottom. Like we might have started from the bottom and making our way to the top. They on the top and got to go to the bottom, and that. A lot of people take their life from that because they just can't deal. Like you said, like this is new to me. Like I never felt this type of resistance in my life. So now, like to be resilient. Oh no, I don't know how. But just like you said, growing up where we grow up in our communities and the circumstances we come from with our families, bro, we built for stuff, bro. Like, right, was that charger? Yeah, it's like we're built for stuff like that, bro. And you gotta really embrace that. Like you can't be a victim of circumstances in life, bro. You can't think like life's really just out to get you, bro. Yeah. You cannot think that.
We're all in the same ocean, for real. Like we all in the same boat, for real. And we all just learning differently. We going through different experiences, you know what I'm saying? But the same principles exist, I think. They like no matter what you're going through, the same principle that helped him through this can help somebody else on a whole opposite spectrum of what's going on in their life.
It's the same waters.
Yeah.
It's like when you think about the ocean, it's the same water, bro. Like it's literally just being recycled and having different motions based off of different variables.
You might deal with it this day, I'm gonna deal with it this day. Yeah, it might be years apart from each other, but it's still like this. The principle is the principles. They don't change. You know what I'm saying? The principles of life, of maturing, getting wiser, whatever. Just the principles, the morals, all that stuff stay the same. It all stay the same. Like it don't just look different. Don't change. You know what I'm saying? It really don't. But
that's it though, bro. But that's the beauty in it. So really, like when you embrace these things, and again, you don't gotta be alone to be isolated. Like let's keep that in mind, bro. Like you don't got to be alone to be isolated. You can be in isolation, growing within yourself, and still going out in the community, still doing this and that. Like there's still a way. Being isolated is in your spirit, bro. It's in your mind. It's in your heart. It's allowing those external things not to come inside. That's where the isolation and the confidence and the self-esteem is really boosted and raised and increased.
It's where it's built.
It's built. You know what I mean? That's where it's going on. Like all that other stuff, like you could be in a thick of going out. You could probably have a community job doing whatever, bro, because the reality is you're not about to just be able to go into a wilderness for 2 years, for 2 months. You know what I mean? For 30 days. Like that's not reality. Some people are forced in positions like that where they might be homeless and they really got to be out here. But even than that, you're not alone because I guarantee you're going to go utilize resources. You're going to be forced to actually utilize external things, but in your internal, you're going to be doing so much cultivation, hopefully. And it's like realizing that, bro. And when you get that spirit, this is one thing I learned through my isolation. My isolation built me so much to learn how to be a great community person. Like it helped me to be a better person for the external people and the external factors because I got so good with myself and never giving that up. You know what I mean? Like you said, like my decision making, like, okay, Duane started an Easy Hard business. I don't feel like I need to go do that. I don't feel like I need to be a part of his business. I don't feel like I need to go have my own business doing the same thing. I can root for my boy and go ahead and share his post. Listen, I recommend. I got a realtor. I'm buying a house. Okay, guess what? I got a man who do this. Hit him up. Like I can do that. I can play my position in a role and supporting him without being in his business.
Exactly. And still, bro, I know people personally that cannot be by themselves. Like they have to be with other people. Like in all hours of the day, except for the time they go to sleep.
That's a condition.
And even sometimes they got to sleep over somebody's crib. Just to, like, you feel me? Like there's some people who just can't be by themselves, and I feel like that is such a dangerous place because you you don't know yourself. I feel like enough. Like if you can't be by yourself, then you got a lot to learn about yourself still. Like
and you don't get a chance to when you don't be by yourself.
Because you're clouded, you know what I'm saying? You can't really think to yourself. Like I can't, like I'm the complete opposite, bro. Like I don't mind being around people. I enjoy people. I like the human experience. I like talking. I like socializing.
Absolutely.
But, and get me around the right crowd. Like I am super outgoing. I'm super like, you know what I'm saying? Facts. Like I love talking. I love to talk. But I enjoy my isolation. I love being alone so much where I talk to myself. I can really understand myself, learn decompress by myself. You know what I'm saying?
So much more controlled.
Yeah, like, you know, and I don't have any distractions, you know, and I can control them distractions and stuff. I love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And to me, it's just such a big part of life, because I mean, honestly, I feel like being around people 24/7 would just drive me crazy. Like, I can't.
Oh, you need that decompression, bro.
Yeah. Like, I just can't do it. Like, I'm not one of those people. I wish I was, but like, and I am big on like that manner in the arena thing. Like, I love it. But if I'm around a large, loud group of people, I can't like shut everything out. You know what I'm saying? I can't like decompress when I'm in a large crowd of people. Like, I get overwhelmed and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I get stressed. I get overwhelmed. Like, that's just me. Everybody's different. Everybody got their own thing, but that's just me. So I need that time alone. Like, I need time to just, or like, even if it's like just different environments, different vibes. Like, I can't be around like bar hopping and stuff all the time because I get stressed. I get overwhelmed. But if you put me on like a chill beach city, like, you know what I'm saying? There could be a lot of people there, but it's relatively quiet. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you can kind of chill, like, and vibe out. Yeah, what's up?
And this is like, just be still on this one for me. What do we do when you're that person, how you just stated you are? Yeah. You know, you value your isolation, your alone time, your one-on-one, and then you have a person in your life, whether it don't gotta be significant other, it's usually family or a good friend or something, who's the totally opposite, and one of y'all have to compromise. You have to compromise, and I'm not saying like somebody who you're responsible of their like daily emotions. I'm not saying somebody that to that degree.
Okay, so are we talking?
So like, say a cousin. Let's just say a cousin. Let's just say a cousin. You got a cousin who, you know, they don't really like being alone, and you love to be alone, but they like to call on you all the time because you're just a great person, bro. Like, they, you know what I mean? You're just a great person to lean on. So they, you know, but it's like, dang, like, you're invading my loneliness.
100% there's a boundary that got to be made.
Okay.
100%.
What does that look like without being selfish? I mean
depending on that individual and how close we are, and how involved we are with each other's lives, there is a compromise that just has to be made for me. And if you're not okay with a compromise, we don't need to talk. You feel me? That's the way I look at it. Like, if you're not okay with a boundary, we don't need to talk. So
are you expressing that boundary then?
100%. Okay. So if there's a person like that I'm dealing with in my life, there's probably certain things that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? There is like, okay, we talk about this. I don't mind. I'll talk to them about this. I'll hear them out, let them vent, whatever. But they also got to understand what they're getting out of me with certain conversations, right? So if you're only coming to talk to me about crazy stuff that I really don't care for, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just let you talk. And I'm not going to say too much. And we might be able to talk once a week.
That's my boundary.
We might talk once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week if I really love you like that. You feel me? But, and yeah, like, understand that me personally, the type of person I am, I don't care about pointless things.
Yeah, I don't like empty conversations.
I don't like empty conversations. So I don't mind like having fun conversations. Like, I'm not really into like the gossip and stuff. Like,
excellent.
I don't care for that at all.
But, talk to yourself.
Yeah, like, you can talk if you want to talk about it. You go ahead and talk. I'll listen. I'm not saying nothing back. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Got nothing for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep it very to a minimum because it has nothing to do with me in my life. But, I mean, and don't get me wrong, like, there are fun conversations that we can have. It just depends on that individual, bro, like, and what type of relationship we really have. Because I ain't gonna lie, like, brothers, I don't answer my phone a lot, to be honest. Like, I really don't. Like, if I know, okay, my brother Paul, for example, he liked to call me and we talk on the phone about sports. You know what I'm saying? That's our boundary line. We talk about sports all day long. You know what I'm saying? We talk forever. But he knows, and vice versa. He knows I'm not about to call him whining or complaining about anything, and vice versa. Like, that's our boundary. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's really for me with anybody. Like, I don't mind when people vent. I want people to be able to vent and talk about what they're going through. Understand that I'm going to give you a solution.
I'm going to say, no, just know, I'm coming with solutions. You ain't coming to me and I ain't want to hear this 3 times a week, bro.
And I'm hearing you. I'm letting you vent.
Yes.
But I'm not going to just, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't just let you vent. Or I can sympathize or empathize. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. And I will do that. But afterwards, I want to see how we can solve your problem. Like, that's just what I want to do.
What else you come to me for?
That's the compromise, though. That's the compromise. So if you want to call me to vent and not hear it, what I have to say about anything, we probably shouldn't be talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
I will listen to you, though. I will empathize. I will, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm coming with a solution, bro. And if you're like, okay, if you even acknowledge what I'm telling you, then that's cool. Even if you don't want to use it, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's how I like to communicate. It's my type of conversation. So that's that conversation. But if you are calling me to vent and you don't want me to say anything, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I probably ain't your guy for that, for real.
That's what makes it so easy to set the boundary about gossiping for me. And it's like, because when you're talking about somebody else's situation, circumstances, I can't help them through you. Yeah. So nothing about our conversation is a goal to actually resolve anything. I ain't got nothing for this conversation, bro. So either when you come to me about something that's going on with you and somebody else in a gossip manner, I'm not talking to them. So I'm asking you, well, what can you control about this situation?
Can you get away?
What can we change? Me and you. You're on the phone with me, I'm on the phone with you. What can we do? Yeah. And I'm asking you all about you. And sometimes that's like, well, dang, that's like, well, that person ain't even looking at what they might have did. I can and I will, but right now I'm talking to you. So we need to look where we can control, because I can't control the other person.
I also look at it too, like, if you have a problem with something, it's your responsibility to change it.
Absolutely.
You know so if you have a problem with the way somebody's talking to you, if you have a problem with the way somebody's treating you, then you take that step and be like, yo, if you have to, confront them about it. I don't like the way you're talking to me. I don't like the way this is going. Whatever. Get away from me.
How else does it change?
I feel like that got to be the situation.
Nothing changes if nothing changes.
Theo Vaughn said that. That's crazy.
Nothing changes, but bro.
Literally, that's I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. But again, I think the foundation of all this stuff gets built on being alone. Like, all because you're alone don't mean you're lonely, or don't have to mean you're lonely.
Yeah, it don't. You gotta know that.
Yeah, like, there's a difference. But I think everything is done in the dark, man. All the real work is done in the dark by yourself, and
which takes you being alone. It does. Like, bro, seeds grow individually, bro. They grow individually, bro. They each grow their own plant, bro. Like, babies, maybe twins, but other than that, like, they grow individually, bro. Like, life is developed individually, bro. Like, that's how it's supposed to go. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to go, bro. So, like, we got to take that in every instance that we're able to, bro, because, like you said, and really trying to hit that home, I guess, like, you really got to learn how to be your individual person, your independent person, especially
find your lane.
16 and beyond. I ain't even saying 18. Once you hit, like, 16, you in them years of slowly becoming an adult, slowly deciding what you want to do throughout your life.
I wish I could go back to 16 and do that.
Oh, what?
When I was 16, I ain't gonna lie, I was doing what was best for the friend group. You know what I'm saying? What made us all happy?
My boy living over here, senior year regrets not playing football.
Real rap,
my boy wanted to listen. He can't blame that person though.
Go play semi-pro.
Listen, you still gonna be regret not playing high school though. So that's the thing. That's the thing though. Like, you could do that as a void filler, but you still ain't play your senior year. Like, you just can't.
I think more so it's like I ain't even give myself the opportunity to, like, see what I had. You feel me? Like, that's kind of like what I regret. Like, now I'm a very opportune. I don't know how to say the dang on word. You know what I'm saying? Opportunist. I am an opportunist. Like, I will take opportunity to do my best to get myself,
because he ain't play senior year football, y'all.
Literally, that was the lesson though, bro. On everything I love, bro. That's the lesson. Is like, I didn't give it to myself then, so I owe it to myself now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And again, that's the only regret I got in life, and I don't want any more.
And what a like small regret, but also such a powerful regret, like, in a sense, like, because, like, you get to leverage it to be powerful.
But who knows, like, that, and that's my point. Yeah, like, who knows what could have came from it? I could have opened myself to free school, I don't know if I was that sweet, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I could have got scholarships. I could have even just went to college straight out of high school from football. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff like that you just never know, for real. And I don't like that never knowing part. You feel me?
That's real. And there's inevitable moments that we will have in life throughout that. Like you even got the typical athlete who maybe has an injury and it's like, dang, I would have never known what it was like if I got to actually play that year too. So it's like, obviously that wasn't through the decisions. This was through your actual decision though.
Yeah,
I mean? So that's what hurt. A little different.
Yeah, that's what hurt. He
said, it feel like an injury. It feel like a fracture to the heart, huh?
Bro, I'm telling you,
fracture heart.
I had them hands. You know what I'm saying? I had them hands.
Yeah, go boys, go. Remember this highlights that ain't happen, man.
Yeah, I'm about to go watch my basketball huddle, man. I ain't gonna lie, just to get some sort of.
I gotta pick me up, man. Real rap. Nah, but that's good, bro.
LA Fitness this weekend, man.
You do gotta be that practical and measure things up like that because like there is things like that in life that you get the leverage based off a decision, especially like to be fair, you know, that's why they say like, you know, coming into the ages 25 to 30 when our frontal lobe is more developed, we make more rational decisions such as before them years we're known to have more experiences where it was like, dang, I should have
so did this. I definitely, you know, I turned 27 this year in June, and I was just telling somebody yesterday actually that I think, I mean, I had a lot of transformational experiences in my 20s and stuff, but I think for me I want my 27 to 30 to kind of be that like that night and day shift, kind of like.
Oh, that's hair, baby.
Like these are like to me these next 3 years are like, I want to say when it comes to completing that foundation, I think this is kind of like when the foundation is built. Like I feel like, you know, and now it's been started. You know what I'm saying? But I think these are like the finishing touches to this foundation, and then.
That's good.
For me, I mean, you know, things don't rarely go as planned, but I think my 30s to 40s is whenever you start to kind of, for me, is when I'm going to start really building on top of that foundation.
We stay on track. I see it, bro.
And, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm really embracing. You talk about seasons and stuff, so I feel like these 3 years are really like the you know, the final pieces to this foundation that's being built. Because I think emotionally, mentally, that part is
in a good place.
Pretty good.
And you gotta be consistent with them things, obviously. Because
you still gotta work on it. Still gotta maintain.
That's the beauty of you know, seeing people at the mountain and then they fall because you still got work to do.
You still
still got like that.
But I spent all this time making sure that this is a concrete foundation. This is like
well-oiled machine, baby.
Well-oiled. So like, you know, 30 to 40s, that's gonna be like the real like deal. This is when you go start to see like, oh, okay, it's real now. Like, you know, I see where it's going. And then, you know, me personally, I'm working for the rest of my life, so I don't care what nobody say. That's me. But
you know,
okay. You know, go ahead.
You know, there's a beautiful thing about that is in a sense of development. And you think about like the natural order. You think about there's so many like scientific things to consider too. But like just going like the frontal lobe, like. Because sometimes, like, what it is often is we had enough. Because sometimes we think age is the matter, and it's really
when is like women's frontal lobe? Like, when is that like little area? If y'all see this, like, if anybody watching this, please answer that, or just I just want to know.
I really don't know. I always hear that the men's is 25, and I guess
I heard 25 to 28,
25 to 30 is what I hear. You know what I mean? But I'm sure there's numbers out there. You know what I mean? But I'm saying like I never heard I only heard. In general or men, I never heard women. Okay. And I mean specific, so makes sense. I don't know.
Well, if I know this, let us know. You know
facts, but it's like all the experiences that we had sometimes is enough. So sometimes we think age, we need more age, or sometimes more experience, either one. And it's like we really just need that divine time, like a plant, bro. Like you can water it. You can water it every day. You can water 10 times a day.
Yeah.
It's not going to excel.
It's not going to be
growth,
ready,
bro. Yeah, it's not going to. It might actually drown it out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's how we be with like each other.
That's actually a good point. Yeah,
I mean, it really is because it's how we be in a developmental stage of like really for kids, for real, but also relationships and even like employment and stuff. But it's like we think, oh, if I just water it more and it'll happen. It's like you still gotta wait for the natural order, bro.
Truly understand everything.
You don't, bro. Like, your child gets this, he hears you, but like you be mad, like, well, why don't he can't control his emotions? He still don't got that part of his brain developed where he can regulate those emotions.
That's why I like the saying like Rome wasn't built overnight.
Yeah,
because like it took time, like divine timing to, you know, there was just a certain point where it's like, okay, like,
absolutely.
Now this is a masterpiece, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what they'd say, bro. God why ain't God do this in one day? He took him 7 days.
Literally,
you know what I mean? Like everything. So
it's like, probably not that he couldn't,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he does know what I'm saying.
Right, that
It's
part,
just
that part, bro. But this is the natural order of how it's supposed. And it's like taking out with everything, bro. Like I think that's like
Timing is
super
everything.
impactful. Timing, and not like again on a clock or age or nothing like that, but just design timing. Yeah, like timing that got nothing to do with any numbers. Like literally just being the right time based off of whatever happens in the spirit. Like that is so big because it's like. You again, like I feel like my childhood has cultivated me way more than my adulthood, bro. And obviously, I spent more years in my childhood than my adulthood. Yeah. But I'm saying those experiences and those lessons that I get to leverage from there, and being old enough and matured enough and developed enough to actually leverage those experiences
and understand them, like and really understand them. Man, like really as an adult, understand them.
Really
like,
saying like this is like again going back to the hands that were dealt. Like this is what helps me see a bad hand and be like. That ain't no bad hair. I can make something shake. You with can this. Make something like, shake. Yeah, like I could make something shake with this before. But that's because you didn't understand the game back then. Yeah, I mean, and I didn't understand the game. Didn't have enough wins to actually have some confidence and stuff. Yeah. But now it's like, bro, I got enough wins. I got enough losses. Bro, nothing can't shake me, bro. Like whatever hand. Guess what? Again, when I'm playing against the dealer, but really, I'm getting dealt by the hands by somebody who wants me to win. Yeah. Who wants me to win?
Those cards are crafted by somebody that,
You feel me? Like, that's so ultimately, bro, there's a victory somewhere in store. So I just keep hold on the victory. Even when the loss comes, like, okay, what? A season of sports. You lose a game, guess what? You play another one. Your last game don't determine your next. Your next one don't determine the championship. Obviously, the collective gather wins and the win-loss ratio, but sure. But we'll get there when we get there. Right now, and then, guess what? 20 years as a losing team, losing season, next year could be different.
Eventually, you bound to win. Eventually.
Just stay on the team, man.
But they're all opportunities of growth. That's what you got to take. That's why losses are more important than wins, because every time you lose, you learn, you feel like.
Could you imagine being on a franchise or being a fan of a franchise or being a part of a franchise that never got a win? Or not even like. I mean, that never got a championship. I mean, I know y'all had some hard time over there with the Steelers because y'all had some hard years, but
you got 6 of them things
overall. And at the end of the day, that's what you say, though, right? So it's been a while, but we still got some hope in store though because we won before. But like we still know how to win somewhere in there. So it's like that's the confidence you still get.
It's in there. It's rooted in there.
Yeah, I mean,
it just have to bring it out. Have to figure it out, man. Have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Don't get me.
You say you guys do some building.
Nah, don't get me started on that, bro. But man, we at hour and 6, hour and 7, and man, we gonna go ahead and end this show for the day. But we appreciate y'all. Happy New Year. Next episode, we will update y'all on what's going on in our lives. There's a lot. It's fun though. It's fun. So join us. Make sure y'all here. Yeah, so y'all
tap in, man. Listen, I don't know if TikTok going anywhere soon, so make sure y'all following us on IG and all the other platforms.
Yeah, TikTok done so.
I mean, we ain't got no huge following over there right now anyway, but we want to make sure everybody's in the right places at the right time. So
shout out Heavy Heart too.
Yeah, DJ I mean, Moral. Shout out Heavy Heart over there in Detroit, man. DJ Moral threw a nice fit on today, man. Listen,
Detroit or Chicago?
Oh shoot, Chicago. Okay. Chicago. Got good correction. Listen, this is an example right here, man. Some things you could do alone. Sometimes things get too heavy. Sometimes you need 2 people to lift up the heaviness, man. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. And they bring it all together. They put it together, bring it all. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. But yeah, man.
Yeah, we here, man. We here. Love y'all, man. We'll see y'all next time.
We out.